Alright kids, it's time for the Ado Sucker 3000! This thing will suck anything. Now, Ado sent this to me. They gave me an option, a couple different vacuum cleaners. I like this one. It's small, it's portable. This is not like going to clean up big messes. This is for small messes, okay? But we're gonna try it inside the Infinity because I just took the passenger seat out and there's just dog hair everywhere. So first off, you'll notice it's very sleek. Got one button, that's all you need. Right here is the intake on the back, and then there's the charging port on the back, and this has a base that you set it down in. You plug the charging port into it and charge it. It's very easy to empty and unload. So you push this, you can open it up and dump it out, or you can twist this, or you can turn it on. You twist it and it reveals the filter, which is a dual filter element. As you can see, there's a steel twist this, and there it is. There's a little paper filter that just sits in there, and then there's this metal screen one that goes over top, clicks in, just like that. As long as you keep in mind you're not going to suck up big messes with this, this is actually a little handy tool. So I'm just going to go try to vacuum the dog hair out, and this comes with an extension right here. It just slides in, and then it has a little brush built onto it. You push that up. For doing carpets. We're going to use that to see if it'll suck up all this dog hair. Let's go see what other things this will suck. Hold on. What is that? What is that? It won't suck the dents out. I wonder if that'll... I'm grabbing a light because it's cold and dark outside. Like my sense of humor. Let's see what this thing can do. So like I said, this is not made for big jobs, so that was a little bit more than what this thing can handle. But I do want to show you that it's filled with hair and broken glass that was underneath the seats. That thing's probably been broke into at least once before. And so I know the filter is probably going to need cleaned, but as you can see, it worked. And you can see all the hair that's still down in there. So I got to get that out. There it is. So yeah, pretty nasty. But I mean, it did pretty good for all the bigger this thing is for being compact. You got some dirt on your floor, not dog hair. I don't know if I'd recommend using this to try to remove hair, but it does work a little bit. And there you go. I just did all that with that little vacuum cleaner. Not, I lied. Right there's my shop vac. Yeah, I lied. Yeah, that little thing, it's okay for small messes, but the mess that was in here, negative. And I still did not get all the dog hair out of this thing. It is crazy. Alright, so you guys know the saying, happy wife, happy life. First time we drove in the Infinity, it was cold. My wife put the heated seat on, and her seat never got warm. So, you know what that means. We need to replace the seat. I checked the fuses, checked the relays and stuff. The seat, everything works in the seat, but the heating element. So everybody was like, why didn't you get the other seat? Well, they didn't have the passenger seat whenever I got the driver's seat. Well, Weber Brothers hooked me up again. They found me a matching passenger seat. It's not the matching seat from the same car. but it's identical to the one that I got. So I got a 2-hour drive in the morning. I'm going to take the Infinity. That's why I took the seat out now. I'm just going to drive it down like that, throw it in, and drive it home. So I guess we're going to see how she does. I did make 2 1-hour trips in it already, and it's fine. I had no issues with the car. It actually runs really good. Airbag light's going to be on now that I took this out. That's fine. I'm going to take my code scanner with me, and we can clear that out whenever we get it in there. To see, it is 29 degrees and there's a guy riding his motorcycle, getting it. Not even fairings or anything, like a cruiser. I'm telling you, like, I like riding my motorcycle, but there's no way, loving it right there. He cut me an even bigger break when I got here. He told me $250, and I got here, he got it to me for $212. Now that's because I help promote their business, and these guys are good. I mean, and they ship everywhere. They have 2 front cuts of Eclipse crossovers, which is crazy looking. They have it all packaged up to go overseas. He said they missed the window, so it's a little late. They're still sitting there. But I'm going to go load this in, not load up his dock. So I'm going to throw it in here, then come over here to the parking lot and put it in. So disconnect the battery and all that good stuff. Aside from needing cleaned up a little bit, this is identical to my seat. Identical. The embroidering, the stitching, the padding is nice and soft. This is identical. But it is a little dirty, so we are going to have to clean that up. I'll go ahead and throw this in real quick, and then I'm going to head back to the house where we can get the Accord back together. Well, the passenger seat warms up. That's great. It's going to warm up my snack for later. Don't get me wrong, I love everything about this car, but if I do one upgrade to this, it's like a $500 and some upgrade. You have to take the stereo out, and there's a chipset that you put in the back of that top monitor that makes it have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you can play videos and all kinds of stuff on that top monitor. I like Waze and Google Maps way better than any kind of car navigation. So I would love to have Android Auto on there, so I could have Waze on there while I drive. That's really the only upgrade I kind of want to do to this. And at first I was like, nah, I'm not spending that money, but like I might, because it seems worth it. I put way more money than that in the Z, and the Z just still doesn't have the amenities that this thing has. Make better life choices, folks. Make better life choices. Okay, so I thought that heated seat was working, but it's not. It was just that it's a warmer seat, like when you sit in it. It's not getting as warm as my seat. Fuse was fine. Here is the AC amplifier. Is that what I'm looking at there? Hold on a minute. I had it up here. That's the AC auto amplifier, and that also controls the seats. Now, it's these 2 plugs right here. 2 of these plugs are for the heated seat sensor for the auto seats, and then these ones are the ground and the power, I believe, for the heated seats. So I'm going to check voltage and see what happens with, I'm not good with electrical, but I'm going to check voltage and see what happens when I hit the switches and stuff. Everything's still plugged in. It's just a mess right now. These are cheap to buy. If I'm getting a different reading for the passenger seat than I am the driver's seat, then I'm just going to order one of these. It's like $50 for a used one. I don't know. They got different numbers on them, so I kind of need to make sure I get the right one, because some of them probably don't have the heated seat controls. Actually, it would just have to have these two plugs. It should be fine, but I'm finding different numbers for these, and I don't want to get the wrong one, if you know what I mean. So here is what I'm finding, okay? So it would be on there. Seat heater 2 is actually the driver's seat. Heat seater 1 is the passenger seat. So whenever I check power to this, when I mess with the driver's seat in the power setting on there, I'm getting 12 volts when I have it on low or off. When I have it on high, well, auto, high, or medium, it is reading like very low voltage, like 0.3 or something like that. And on seat 1, nothing changes. So I think that I may have found the issue. I think it's this amplifier not putting the power out. Alright, so I ordered one. It was $45. I don't mind trying that, because obviously I'm getting different signals between the seats here on this plug. I did check these, and I'm not getting anything different. These are the seat sensors, the heat sensors. They're reading the same, but these right here are different whenever. And this is what controls them, which sends power to the heated seat relays. So I'm wondering, if, since it's not reading on the higher powers on this seat, and it's reading lower levels, I'm wondering if this will work on low setting. So I'm going to try that here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and throw this all back together. I am going to have to take it back apart. It's really not that bad. There's only 4 screws here altogether. Well, actually, there's more than that, because I had to pull this unit out. There's only 4 screws to get the stereo face off, and then there's 2 more to get this off. Actually, there's only 2 to get the stereo face off, and then there's 4 to get this off. So, okay, I'll stop the annoying beeping now. I'm going to throw this back together. I'm going to check that seat on low. Alright, kids, so this whole video was supposed to be me reassembling the Accord, parts everywhere. It is now 8 o'clock at night. You know, life happens, whatever. So instead of putting this back together, I figured it'd be a good time to go ahead and put this actuator, solenoid, whatever you call it, inside the engine. I have it laying right here. There's also a screen that has to go on. I'm not staying up late tonight because, you know, old folk. The screen is right here behind the power steering pump on the front of the engine. The solenoid, actuator, whatever you want to call it, is right down there. Let me go ahead and start this thing up. And you guys haven't really heard the death rattle yet. So let me go ahead and start this thing up right now, because it's been sitting for about a week without being started, and that's when it sounds the worst. Now this is assuming it does start. You heard it. It's not a horrible noise, and they say it doesn't hurt the car, but we also want to try to make this thing sound better. I also have a friend buying this, so I need to see if I can get that addressed. Well, it's been one of those days, folks. I was looking for my battery ratchet, and I had the Fender sitting right here Well, guess what? I knocked it off the trash can and put some nice marks in it. Chips right there through the paint. Right there's some marks. Here's some chips, and here's a big chip right here. A couple more marks. These can probably buff out. These ones I don't think are gonna buff. Well, those ones might buff out, but down here there's a chip that's not gonna buff out. These chips are not gonna buff out, so I gotta get some of the paint out and dab it on there. Whatever, that's the best we're gonna get for right now. That sucks. Well, this was already the damaged fender that I bought, so it's been one of those days, folks. What did I say? It's one of those days. Okay, so here's the new one to go in. All right, here's the old one right here. As you can see, the rest of it is inside the engine. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on a minute. So right there is would be this end. It says Mexico on it, and the rest of it is stuck in the engine. So it just came apart. So I can't think that that's even really that good then, but I mean I can kind of see it in there. Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. The worst part about this is the ABS brake module is right here, and if I could get that out of the way, it'd be all great and dandy. They're all hard lines, and you can't move that. Like you can bend them a little bit to get it out of the way, but you really can't. You got to work around that unless you're gonna take all the lines off, and then you got to rebleed this module, which is a pain in the butt. I guess we're gonna see what we can do here. I can't even see the dang thing. So what I did to get this out, this was wedged in there, was stuck pretty good. Let me move my camera up. Recenter. There we go. So this was stuck in there pretty good. You can see I got it gnarled up. It's because I hit on it with a hammer, and that ended up jamming or getting it loose. I hammered in on it. I got it loose, and then I just got a angled pair of pliers right there. You can get those at Harbor Freight. Got in there and got on it just enough that I got it to twist, and it worked right out then. And as you could see, this is different than the one I put in. The one I put in doesn't have these screens and these O-rings and stuff on it like this one does. But yeah, you can see the oil, what oil pressure does. It moves that motor. There's a plunger in that too, and it moves that in and out and changes where the oil passage is, where it goes through at. So, kind of mess here. I can start it up right now, but it probably will not make that noise. I don't know. It might still. But it only does it on a cold startup. So tomorrow morning is going to be a better indication of whether this thing is going to sound nasty or not. And then, like I said, we also have that screen. You can definitely see that plate now, right there. That square you see right there, that's the plate where there's a screen in. You can get in there and change that out. If it ends up quieting it up, I might not change that. It was only like $1 or something like that, but I got it. Right there it is. And you could also just clean it, but I figured that rubber around there would be hard or smushed, just kind of like this one was. Actually, these ones still feel kind of pliable. Might as well start it right now. See if we got any weird noises or if anything goes wrong here. We'll see what happens. Okay, so as for right now, sounds good. Like I said, cold start, so we'll see what happens in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym and stuff, so it'll be late morning. We'll see if the noise goes away. I hope that fixed it. Now, since I made more work for myself, I'm going to go over how you would touch up scratches like this. Oh, first you're going to clean it up. Use some Use some Weiss and grass remover and clean these up. Grease and wax remover. I'm just going to use the Rust-Oleum stuff. Clean these up, see what they look like. The big chips, I am going to use we even got more over here. I got them all over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take non-reduced paint, just the paint that I use, and use a little touch-up brush and just dab on these places. And then if you want to get even more into it, you can mix up a little clear with some hardener and dab that on afterwards if you really want to seal it up. But I'm going to touch these areas up, wipe it down. Now that's probably all the more I'm going to do. You see these two marks right here? They look like they're just in the clear coat, so if I take the buffer over them, they should disappear. Along with these ones over here, there's a couple marks right there. Pretty sure they will all come out. For the most part, I touched up every spot I think I needed to. Might be a little bit right here. Yeah, this isn't going to come out right here. So, yeah, that sucks. It is what it is. Okay, so a little touch-up job. I thought about throwing the tail light in. I might do that tomorrow, but then I also thought about just leaving it out so we can polish this area over here. The whole trunk lid's going to need polish. I didn't even think about it. The whole hood's going to need polish as well. Tomorrow morning, we'll start that up. I have the new armrest for this. As you can see, I think I showed you in that other video, but it should be fairly easy. Got to take the whole door panel off. There's some screws that hold it in there. And then we'll pop this new one on right here. Yeah. Not much to it. So that should look pretty good on there. Let's hope tomorrow's a better day, because I was getting ready to throw some things and I held it together and I got her done. So sometimes you just gotta hold the swear words in. Actually, I did not hold them in. Sometimes you just gotta hold the wrench in your hand and not let it go. So that didn't fix it. But I'm not doing the phaser on this because I hear that can sometimes fix it, sometimes doesn't. But it's just a noise. It doesn't affect anything. So I'm just going to leave it be. That's what I'm going to do. So obviously we have a lot more work to do. I'm not letting the engine make noise bother me. It's just, it is what it is. I said that before. I'm going to keep saying it because it makes me feel better. But that's going to be the end of this episode. Next episode, I'm going to be slapping body parts back on this. Probably start with maybe polishing the hood. I don't know. We'll see what we get into. So if you like this video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing. Hit that dislike button if your mom chatters a little bit until she gets warmed up. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Unwrapped.
Did somebody get a bath? Oh, look, she's so clean. Oh.
What are you gonna make?
That didn't get a bath.
This did. Oh no, Mommy's dirty.
Way overdue.
Mommy's way overdue for getting a bath.
No.
What?